Alright, so I'm just chilling, right? And I realized I can make a commentary video because, I can, and you guys like it. So I have a exceptionally stupid, I'll say, story to tell. So back in 2019, when I was a freshman in high school, this one guy, let's call him Bartholomew. Yeah, that's a great name. This creature was a big fan of Brawl Stars. Like, during history class, I would go to take a piss, and I would see him sitting on the school bathroom floor playing Brawl Stars on his school iPad. He's really going places, right? So you should be able to gather that this guy was basically the school's resident retard, and he somehow figured out that figured out that I am real Pika Brawl Star from, I think it was an interview I did with Ray Brawl Star in like 2019. He watched that because he's a Brawl Star aficionado. He realizes, wait, you sound the same as that guy. And one day I made the huge mistake of pulling Brawl up on my phone at the library, and he sees my profile, sees I'm Pika, sees I have like a Rango Bull or some shit. He's like, oh my god, you're so good at the game, can you add me? And of course I do not add Bartholomew because I would never want to taint my account like that. But I think since I'm such a Brawl Star brain rot patient, this guy was like, oh my god, I have to be friends with him. So he would try to hit up conversations with me. I would hear him whisper El Primo and El Brown, and he's like permanently ruined that skin for me, that fucking fathead Primo skin. Every time I look at it, I just think of Bartholomew here, and something in me dies. So one day, history class is about to start. I think I'm talking with my friend about some new Post Malone album that just came out. He's trying to get me to listen to it. Resident retard over here comes up behind me, grabs the sides of my torso and says, ooh yes, champion. Like, what sort of developmental autistic disorder do you have to come up to someone and just do that because they're like a Brawl Stars player? What? Huh? So then I'm like, oh, don't touch me. I say it kind of loud, but like no one even cares because the entire class at that point has realized that this thing's like a lost cause. Like this one time, I think he sat next to me because there were 4 desks. There were 2 girls in front of me, and that was me. He sits next to me and tries to like rizz up the girls. But all that happens is that I just share like a look of pain with the 2 girls, because instead of me suffering, they're the ones suffering from his dialect of evil. That one day, this was too much. So I'm just talking with my friend, the one who was talking about that Post Malone album or whatever. He comes up next to me and like whispers El Brown or El Primo or like Brawl Star, blah 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 blah. And I feel some of his saliva go into my ear, and that is worse than getting molested. So then me and my friend were like, alright, Mr. Bartholomew, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he is like, I'm sorry, I don't have a dad, so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, no, I don't I don't think grabbing someone and going, ooh, yes, champion, is because you don't have a dad. I think that's just because you're a retard, right? But maybe he's in denial. And then the conversation turned into him saying he's like stronger than me, and then like we could prove it after school. At that point, he was just losing me, so I just went home and like played Brawl Stars for 5 hours to cope. Very, very smart to do, I probably procrastinated on like an essay or some shit. I just realized while talking about Resident Dingus over here that another reason why I think he was so, I don't even know a word, just obsessed, I guess, with me is because he came from China, right? And I had just went to China like a month before the school year started. So bro messages me on Instagram saying, when did you go to China? I guess he saw something in us because I was also a dog eater. And then winter break came along, and I perished for like 2 weeks. I come back after. He's just not in my history class anymore. I feel like he probably harassed like the girls too much. So they were like, all right, teacher, can you like put this guy into special ed where he belongs instead of like mingling with us? Because he's lowering everyone's IQ. So there's the one time I've met someone who knows me as Pika and Brawl Star before knowing me as like my real name. And never again. That shit is just fucked. Now real quick, I do see I'm very close to 100,000. Like, you guys are just edging me at this point. And I was gonna do a bull build guide, but I'm gonna turn that into just like a full bull guide. So it is gonna take longer to make, but I feel like it's time I make that. So I'm just gonna slave away for that, and when it's done, and I'll release it.